Hi, it's Michael with you. It is time to recap more Cleveland Cavaliers basketball games from this past week, and the notes are courtesy of the NBA app, the television broadcasts, and Twitter. Cleveland led much of the opening quarter Sunday versus the Oklahoma City Thunder in Northeast Ohio. However, the visitors closed the first 12 minutes strong to grab the advantage at 32-29. The Cavaliers' only lead the rest of the way came after Jarrett Allen's second free throw more than 2 minutes into the second quarter. Hamidou Diallo scored seconds later, and the Thunder took command. The Cavaliers stayed close, but a key sequence occurred at the end of the half. With Oklahoma City up 59-51, Zeddy Osman missed a three-point shot. Then on the other end, Isaac Okoro fouled Shai Gilgeous-Alexander behind the arc with 0.4 of a second left. All three free throws were made, and instead of possibly a 5-point game, the Cavs were down 11. Okoro knocked down a three almost 4 minutes out of halftime to cut the lead to 68-62. Darius Garland matched Al Horford's bucket, but 6 was as close as Cleveland would get in the second half. The Cavaliers shot the ball well at 46%, but still, the opposition making north of 50% just will not cut it, as the Thunder reached 54%. Cleveland certainly did their part to keep possession, finishing with a 14-5 edge in offensive rebounds. While the three-point shot is important in today's game, they relied on it too much, making only 8 of 35 attempts. 3 Cavaliers players had at least 21 points, including Colin Sexton, who was 11 of 22 on field goals. Garland shot fewer attempts, but also made 50% of his takes, and Allen was perfect from the field and pulled down 17 rebounds. Okoro added 12, but they did not get much scoring from the bench. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had a game-high 31 points, one assist shy of 10. He was one of 6 Oklahoma City players that reached 10 or more points. That included Horford, Diallo, Mike Muscala, Theo Maledon, and Luguentz Dort. And the final score Sunday was the Thunder 117 and the Cavs 101. Tuesday presented an opportunity to end this lengthy losing streak. The Atlanta Hawks came to town, and they led by as many as 8 in the first quarter, but Cleveland used a 30-17 run, primarily with Sexton scoring to help put the home side up by 13. Still, Trae Young and the Hawks closed the gap to 3 by halftime. The game stayed close, with Atlanta narrowly ahead for much of the second half. The visitors went up by 4 with just over 2 minutes left when Young set up former Rocket Clint Capella for an alley-oop dunk. On the next Cleveland trip down the court, Solomon Hill fouled Darius Garland, who split a pair of free throws. Jarrett Allen grabbed the ball following a missed 3 by Young, leading to Sexton's pull-up attempt for 2, trimming the score to 111-110 with 71 seconds left. Trae had 2 chances on the next Hawks offensive set, but could not convert. Though Dylan Windler secured the rebound for Cleveland, Darius Garland was stripped by Kevin Huerter with 29 2/10 of a second left. With the shot clock and game clock requiring Atlanta to put up a shot, Young could not score a floater, and forward Lamar Stevens grabbed the board, then received a pass from Sexton to dunk the ball in with 4.1 on the clock. The Cavs went ahead 112-111. The Hawks failed to get off an attempt, and Cleveland celebrated their first victory since February 1st, which was a 100-98 home win versus Minnesota. The Cavs were efficient inside and outside the arc, including 15 makes from 3. Cleveland shared the ball to the tune of 28 assists. The hosts scored 23 points off of 11 Atlanta turnovers. Colin Sexton finished on 29 points, while Garland recorded 17 points and 8 assists. Allen added 14 rebounds to his 13 points. Dylan Windler was serviceable with 15, and Zeddy Osman tallied 11. But Stevens had the game-winning basket to get the Cavaliers a win. As for Atlanta, Trae Young led the way with 28 points. Kevin Huerter had 22, and former Houston Rocket Clint Capella threw in 12 points and 16 rebounds. Tony Snell and John Collins combined for 24 points. Wednesday at home versus Houston, it gave Cleveland a chance to record back-to-back wins. The Cleveland defense was great in the first quarter, holding them to 17 points and just 40% shooting for the 48-minute duration. Still, the Rockets scaled an 11-point deficit, ultimately going up at recess on Jayshawn Tate's lay-in the closing seconds of the second quarter. Early in the third, Garland knocked down a three to answer Victor Oladipo's triple. Darius would knock down two more for three makes in about 40 seconds of game time. Houston would then pull level twice in the quarter, but Okoro answered with a field goal, and Allen on the other occasion made free throws to give the Cavaliers the lead for good with 3:23 left. Later on, it was 89-83 in the fourth as Dean, Wade, and Windler each hit threes, and Cleveland kept the lead in double figures the rest of the way. Sexton was scoring inside and outside, and it added up to a 112-96 Cavaliers triumph. The home side were plus 22 overall on the glass, made 43 of their 85 attempts from the floor, and had 24 assists. If not for 16 turnovers, this would have been even more of a blowout. Still, this result put some wind in the team's sails. Looking at the individual statistics, Sexton, even with 23 points, was not the leading scorer, as Allen went for 26. There was production from Windler, Garland, Wade, and Okoro, as combined, they accounted for more than a third of Cleveland's scoring on Wednesday. John Wall led Houston with 20 points. Former Indiana Pacer Victor Oladipo threw in 17 points, and Daniel House Jr. 14. Veteran Eric Gordon recorded 17 off the bench, and former Cav David Nwamba a dozen points. Tonight at 6 p.m. Central Time, Cleveland visits the 76ers. Monday, the Rockets are again the opponent for the Cavaliers with an 8 o'clock tip down in Houston. Then the team travels home to play the Pacers after 6 p.m. before the All-Star weekend looms. And that game will be slated for 7 on Sunday. So looking at the standings, the 76ers, Nets, Bucks, Raptors, Heat, Knicks, as of today, would directly qualify for postseason status. The Celtics, Pacers, Bulls, and Hornets are the conference play-in positions out of the Eastern Conference. Cleveland, with a record of 12-21, go into Saturday, make that today, 3.5 games back of the Hornets. Meanwhile, the Jazz, Clippers, Lakers, Suns, Spurs, and Trailblazers are the top 6 in the West. The Warriors, Nuggets, Mavericks, and Grizzlies are the current play-in teams out of that conference. Please type in North Texas Browns backers on Facebook in the search box, and then follow this group for the latest posts. Videos and previous entries can be found by typing in, also under the search, Michael Balesta Roman numeral 2 on YouTube. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at MJB as in boy, OLESTA 2 as in the number 2. http://www.mjbalesta2.wordpress.com is the website, and that has the text form of this blog. Hope everyone is staying strong, and may God bless you, and thank you very much for watching. Take care. Be safe.